Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to show how you can make a simple one-part mould to cast a sprue brick wall. So I'm about to start work on a new build where I'm going to be using loads and loads of these little sprue bricks that I've made. And obviously to build the wall it's a case of placing them on top of each other one by one. So this is a time consuming and very fiddly job, as obviously these bricks are pretty small, so you need to use loads and loads to make any kind of size wall with them. So you have to think to yourself, is it really worth it? Well, if you'd seen my recent wizard tower, I think you'd say yes, it is worth it. Because it took me about 4 or 5 hours laying on these bricks one at a time to make this tower, which I really didn't mind. As for me, this hobby is very therapeutic and takes me away from real world issues, which can't be a bad thing. So with the new build I'm about to make, it's basically got more flat walls rather than round walls like this tower. So I thought rather than doing each brick individually, I'd have a go at doing something different. So basically I've made one section of a wall, which I can then make a mould of, and then I can cast as many wall sections as I need. And once painted, you'll never know the difference. So to start with, obviously I need to make loads and loads of little bricks. And to do this, we take the awesome sprues that we've got lying around, or that you guys have been sending in to me, which is awesome. Keep sending them in, guys. And then basically it's just a case of cutting it down, cutting off those all important nibbly knobbly bits which we keep later for other uses. And then cut the sprues down to the size of the bricks that we need. And then once we've got loads, we go on to the next stage, which is to get out our handy little mini grinder. So this little grinder is pretty cool, as it's a quick and easy way of rounding off the edges of the sprues and putting loads of nicks and cuts into them to make them look like they're worn pieces of brick. As I like to make my brick builds look like they've been there for hundreds and hundreds of years and have had a fair bit of weathering and starting to look their age. And there we go, it only takes a few seconds, and now we've got some good old aged, weathered, damaged looking bricks. So now we've got lots of lovely little bricks, we can now start to build the wall. And as mentioned previously, basically it's built up one brick at a time. And as these are fiddly little suckers, I find it easier to use my scalpel to poke into the brick and then move it where I need it. And then we just keep repeating this process over and over and over again until we've got a decent sized wall that I can then copy. So I'm using my lonely orc just to check that this size wall is pretty good, and using a bit of wood behind it just to make it nice and flat. Apologies guys if I do sound a little bit weird, I seem to be coming down with a cold again, and I've got one big blocked up nose, so I may sound a little stranger than normal. So to make the surround for the mould, I'm just using a sheet of plastic art, as well as a sheet of clear perspex that I've just got lying around. This is why it's always a good idea never to throw anything away, even if it's a small section, you never know, it might still come in handy later on. So it's basically just a case of building up a framework around my brick wall that's watertight. That way when I pour the silicone resin in, it won't seep out of any gaps. So I've used quite a lot of different types of silicone resin now, and basically I generally go with the cheapest, as they all seem to perform the same way really. So this is another new one that I've not used before, and this one's just mixed on equal ratios of 1:1. As these are mixed on a weight ratio, that's why I'm using the scales just to get this accurate. I'm not sure exactly how much I need to use, so I'm just kind of eyeballing it. Well, I think I may have put a bit too much in, but hey ho. And then once they're both in, we give it a good old mix. It's a nice, even, consistent colour. And then we can pour it in slowly from one end. Well, I really should have had this higher up to get a thinner stream, but silly me, I've not made a mould for a long time and kind of forgot. And then once we've got enough in there, I'm just going to keep tapping the table just to try and help release any air that might be trapped in there. So the bottles for this say the cure time is only 2 hours, and that seems pretty fast, so I'm going to leave mine a good 8 hours just to make sure. And there we go, it's nice and firm, so I can just take the surrounding off now. So some of the resin has seeped underneath the piece, but that's fine. I kind of expected that as the piece wasn't totally flat. It was being made up of loads and loads of little bricks with gaps in between. It was kind of obvious that some of it might seep underneath. But that's fine, we can just cut those pieces away. And there we go, the mould doesn't look too bad. There's quite a nice impression on the inside. So I'm quite hopeful we should get some good results from this. So I'm using the casting resin I have actually used before, and this has given me good results. Plus this one cures really fast, which is always handy when you want to make multiple items, so you haven't got to wait too long in between each one. So again, using the scales to mix this out. This is also on a ratio of 1:1, which makes things nice and easy, as I have used some in the past that have been on a ratio of 20:1, which is a bit of a pain really. So let me just pour it into the mould. Give it a gentle tap and lift it up here and there just to try and make the stuff seep into all the nooks and crannies. And then I can pour a bit more in just to make sure it's right up to the top. And then it's just a case of leaving it. So just a few minutes later and it starts to cure already. And within about 5-10 minutes it's ready to take out. And there we go, that's not too bad at all. Plenty of definition in there, and it does look like the bricks. Especially when this is painted, you won't even tell the difference. And as it is still a little bit soft, you can actually bend this. So if I was to have a wall that was curved in any kind of way, I could still do it this way and then bend it while it's still soft. As I'm going to make quite a few of these walls, the best way to make sure I don't over waste any of the resin is to weigh this wall, and that tells me how much resin I need to use to make more walls. And then I can just keep repeating this process to make more and more and more. And there we go, a quick and simple way of making loads of wall pieces that I can use for my next build, which is going to be a medieval style tavern. So keep an eye out for that one, guys. If you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Leave some comments down below, guys. Let me know what you'd like to see me make next. And if you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, as I do make videos every week. There's a couple more videos on the screen, guys. Don't forget to give them a click to see more of what I do. And where possible, guys, if you can share this video and my other videos, that'd be much appreciated. As always, I'd like to say a big thank you to my patrons for helping support this channel. It really does mean a lot to me, as one day I would like this to be my full-time job. Not that I call it a job, as I really enjoy making things. And by becoming a patron, you get to see exclusive behind-the-scenes photos of what I'm currently working on. And it's only £1 a month, guys. Okay, that's it. Bye for now.